Lastly, but not least, we're going to talk about fat. And for us who grew up during the 80s or 90s fat-free craze, this takes some unlearning. And so let's walk through it. So dietary fat is called an essential nutrient, meaning that our body can't manufacture it on its own. You have to get it from food. And fat is involved in an enormous number of critical functions. So first, and this is a pretty big one, especially for women our age, fat is essential to hormone production. So our body uses dietary fat as a building block to produce hormones, including estrogen and progesterone. As we move through perimenopause and menopause and beyond, our hormone levels are already shifting pretty significantly. And this is exactly the wrong time to be running low on fat, because we're putting the raw materials that your body needs during a hormonally turbulent time in jeopardy. Second, fat is required to absorb certain vitamins, specifically A, D, E, and K, which are fat-soluble vitamins. And this means that without adequate dietary fat in our meal, our body literally cannot absorb those vitamins properly, no matter how many fruits and vegetables we're eating. So vitamin D in particular is already something that many women are low in, and it plays a huge role in bone health and immune functions. So this connection matters more than people realize. Fat also plays a major role in brain health. Our brain is actually one of the fattiest organs in our body by composition, and healthy fats support cognitive function and may help protect against cognitive decline as we age. And finally, fat helps with satiety. So it slows digestion and helps you feel satisfied after a meal, alongside with protein, to prevent that I ate a whole meal and I'm hungry again in an hour feeling. So some quality fat sources are olive oil, nuts, nut butters, seeds, fatty fish like salmon and eggs. The one thing to keep in mind is that fat is calorically dense, and we talked about how it's more than double the calories per gram compared to protein or fiber or carbohydrates. And that's why your portion sizes matter. So specifically in the fat, that thumb-sized portion or a tablespoon measured or weighed goes a long way. So it's simply to be intentional about the amount, that same way that we're intentional about everything else. Okay, so let's zoom back out. Protein builds and protects the muscles and keeps you satisfied. Carbs fuel your brain, your energy, and your workouts, and support your gut health. Fat regulates your hormones and helps you absorb key vitamins and supports your brain. None of these three things is the villain, and none of them is optional. The magic isn't in eliminating one of them. The magic is in understanding roughly how much each of these your body needs. And you're building your plate intentionally around that instead of eating on autopilot the way most of us just naturally do. That's exactly what we're going to build on in our next video, where I'll walk you through how to figure out your own personal targets for each of these. The real individualized numbers based on your body and your goals, not just a generic formula off the internet. So here's the takeaway this week. As you are weighing and logging your food using the skills we built last time, start paying attention to the mix of the macronutrients on your plate. Is protein showing up at every meal? Are your carbs mostly coming from real whole food sources? And are you including sources of healthy fat in smaller portions rather than avoiding them altogether or letting them sneak in unmeasured? You don't have to have it perfect. You just have to start seeing it clearly. So one plate at a time. So until next time, remember, you are not a project to be fixed. You are a beautiful daughter of God, learning to steward an irreplaceable gift. I'll see you in the next video.